Hey folks, Shane Y here. I just want to share what I've kind of been going through, but I'm not going to actually go through my actual diagnosis. Some of this stuff's going to be kept private between me, my doctors, and close family members, and a couple people that I know can keep this under their hat. Just about a month ago, almost. As a lot of you know, my grandmother was going through chemo. She caught a pneumonia. And we were told by doctors that day she's like doesn't have much time. She's gonna have an injury. She's gonna die. She's on her deathbed. So, I get off work that day to go visit my grandmother. So what happened was, sorry, I'm just trying to back up here. So what happened was, I was dealing with we'll just call it stress right now. Seeing my grandmother in that condition, like thinking she was gonna die any freaking day, which that was really a lot to go through. There's people probably looking at me in the parking lot like what this guy's talking to. But anyhow, so I go to work the Friday after a couple days off to deal with the whole my grandmother thing, visiting her a couple days in a row and stuff for that. And she was on breathing tubes and the whole 9 yards. Like, she really was an inch of her life. Catching the pneumonia during her chemo treatments. So it ate me up. It started eating me up, besides a lot of other things that were going on. I'm not going to say what places were getting to me, but there's certain places that are really getting to me. Certain people that were really getting to me, getting under my skin. Actual, like, people in my life, not no internet stupidity or any crap like that. So there's a Friday, I'm at work, and I just, like, a couple hours in my shift, I couldn't anymore. My body was rejecting fluids. I was rejecting food. I couldn't work. I was physically just done. So I leave work that early. I can't even drive home. That's how bad it was. It's only a 15-minute drive from my work to my house. I couldn't even drive home. I had to cab home. So I was in such bad shape. I couldn't drink any water. Everything I was drinking, I was just throwing up. Couldn't even attempt to eat. So Saturday I started feeling better. Then bam, Sunday, same things all over again. Stomach is just killing, throwing up, can't keep nothing in my system, not even water. So this is where I'm gonna get at. I finally had to admit I need help. I went to the doctors that very Monday because, you know what, I used to be a stubborn mule, be the type of guy that goes, you know what, if you gotta go to a doctor's, you're admitting defeat and all this stuff for that. But, you know, after watching certain people and stuff for that, YouTubes and stuff, it's not admitting defeat. It just means you need help to win. So go to the doctors and I find out a bunch of stuff that I didn't even know about myself. So it was honestly right away that one doctor's appointment made a major impact on my life in a helpful way. So did that. Let's see, then got medicated and stuff, and then it's just, my doctor just said, you know what, you need time off for a while. You need to think, you need to get yourself healthy mentally, and because mentally it's all part of how your body reacts too. And that's probably why I was going through stomach problems, and I had flu-like symptoms earlier in the week, but to find out that, you know what, it might have not actually been a flu. It might have just been because I was so mentally exhausted that my body was reacting to that mental exhaustion. And this is all happening prior to my grandfather passing away on my dad's side. So finally I just pulled my ignorance out, finally admitted I needed help. Got a bunch of tests done, to find out it wasn't a medical condition. It's a medical condition, but it wasn't physical. Like, there was blood tests, breathing tests, monitors. It was nothing internal serious. It was up here. So to finally, like, have the light open up to me, it made a major improvement on my health and life. I mean, I'm still not 100%. I'm still negative here or there. I try not to be. I've tried to keep myself away from as much negativity as possible now, because the more, like I say yesterday, the more you get involved in negativity, the more it creates more negativity. That's why I was trying not to come down on people. I was trying to, like, especially some of these YouTubers I've seen, or even personal friends, I'm not trying to come down on them. I'm trying to open their eyes. Like, a lot of these messes, I know there's stuff you can't control, and there's people that are always going to try to mess your life or screw with your life, or there's always going to be events you can't control. But I just came to terms. I finally realized it's just like, you know what? It's just, I'm not going to win this battle by myself. So, and like I say, it's not, when you have to go to a doctor's, even if whatever is it, physical, mental issues and whatnot, like whether you sprain your ankle, bust your shoulder, crack your skull, stuff for concussions, like whatever, anxieties, stress, the whole 9 yards. Like, people need help sometimes. You can't, I mean, some people can actually battle things on their own, and that's amazing, or heal on their own, but sometimes you really just need to go to a doctor to take care of everything. And, you know, like I say, it really improved my life. Again, I'm still not 100% right now, but I just needed that wake-up call. I needed that wake-up call in my life to finally realize that, you know what, you're not alone in this world, as much as sometimes you could feel like you're alone. And sometimes the best thing you could do for yourself is getting that help. And I mean, I was the type of person I would stew a lot. And I mean, I brought up stories yesterday. I mean, even up until the last few months, I still had a lot of issues where I'm like bitching, pissing, moaning, crying. Well, not crying, but just bitching, pissing, moaning, getting angry. Like, I'd come home from work throwing freaking punches to the air because I'm so frustrated of stuff that was going on and stuff like that, or come home after dealing with certain people and getting all antsy and ramped up and stuff like that. Started to realize it just wasn't, it brought me worse and worse and worse in a bad state. So that's why it's like, I'm not like these certain people, I'm like, they might think I'm coming down or I've turned my back. It's just like, you know what, no, I just can't. Especially for my mental health, I need to deal with me. I can't, like, there's only so much I could offer from the olive branch. There's only so many times I could say something to somebody, and then it just gets tiring and old, and it just feels like a lost battle. So for those people, it's just like, wasn't trying to make fun of you, hurt you in any way or anything like that. I'm just trying to tell you from my own personal experience. And you know what? I've gone through a lot of crap I couldn't control in my life, and I've just let it eat me up way too much. And you know what? And that's when I had, like, different times I had to realize, it's like, you can't dwell on the past. You gotta just keep looking forward to the future. Even if sometimes the future might look dark, well, you gotta find ways to help yourself to get out of that rut. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I really hope some of the people that I've tried to reach out in the past does. And I mean, if some of these people never talk to me again, so be it. As long as they get this message, as long as one person can get this message, yeah, it helps their day. And you know what? I've done my job right now doing this YouTube stuff. So I just, you know, and I appreciate the support network, especially some of the other YouTubers that have gone through all different health issues or different addiction issues or mental issues that are starting to, that also opens my eye more. Again, it's just like negativity breeds negativity, and the more you look at the world's half empty, the glass is half empty, well, you're just gonna keep feeling like that all the time. So just like my best advice is, if you know you're in a state where you just can't control yourself anymore. You can't do it anymore. Well, you know what? Just my best advice is seek help. I know some people live in certain countries that you like Medicare is not like a given thing. You got to pay. But you know, sometimes you might have to just reach out to a family member or a close one and explain what's going on, and then see if they could help you out. Because the more you just sit there and go, my life sucks, everything sucks, nothing's ever going to go good, you know what? It's just going to continue to suck, and it's never going to go good because you got that mindset stuck in your head. And yeah, I know people say, oh, well, you understand this happened, and I used to be one of those people that make excuses all the time. It's just like, you know what, I come into terms. There's stuff, there's people you cannot control. You could offer your best to advise them on things, but or just tell them to leave you alone. But it's just sometimes there's just battles you need help on. You can't just sit there and think you're gonna take the world on yourself. There's people that have done that in the past, and there's like a lot of bad things, outcomes have happened to people because of that. No different than just like, say, like what happened to Chris Cornell with his suicide. I mean, he was taking the steps to help his, I think it was depression, taking pills, but unfortunately just took the wrong combination of pills one night. And that's another thing I want to get into is, if you get prescribed things, whether it's for pain, mental health, body, physical health, be cautious of what you're taking too. If you feel any side effects or reactions, you know what, go to the doctor right away that prescribed them to you and explain. If they don't want to listen, you know what, go to another doctor then. My best advice for everybody. So guys, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Good night and goodbye.